What is freedom? What is freedom? What does it mean to you to be free? I got to thinking about that, and I started to ask the question, what is true freedom? I talk to a lot of people who say that they just want to feel free. They just want to be free, which made me ask the question, what is freedom? Freedom to me is being able to wake up and have peace. Freedom to me is being able to wake up and to think and to manifest the thoughts that God gives me as a man, as a human being having a human experience, as a spiritual creature who is having a human experience. To be free is to be able to wake up and to express that said peace and freedom in the ways that I feel like God sent me here to be able to do. Freedom to me is being able to rule the environment that I'm in, the things that I touch, the people I come in contact with, the thoughts that I have, to be able to express those thoughts, to manifest those thoughts, and to bring them into fruition. Freedom to me is being able to wake up without the restraints and the pressures of what somebody else wants me to do, or living the way another person having a human experience tells me I should live. That's freedom. Freedom to me is not letting a person dictate to me what freedom is. That's freedom to me. I ask God daily to make me a free man. God's answer to me was, the truth will make you free. You've already been set free, but when you learn the truth, it will make you free. So now that I've defined what freedom is, then I ask, what is the cost of that freedom? Because nothing is free, not even freedom. What is the cost to live this life that I say out of my mouth that I want to live? What am I willing to pay or to sacrifice or to give up for this freedom that I want in my life? Will I lose friends? Am I willing to lose family? Am I willing to be broke? Am I willing to be homeless, to be hated, to be talked about, to be lied on? What am I willing to pay for this freedom? We subscribe to a lot of things in life. We subscribe to the philosophies and ideologies of our family members, our closest friends, our preachers, the teachers in the schools, the police system. We subscribe to the American dream, the big house, the 2.5 kids and the picket fence, the idea that that is the American dream. We subscribe to those things. We subscribe to the fact that it takes money to survive, and if a man don't work, he don't eat. We subscribe to the American educational system, yet we are free. And we say that they want us to send our kids to school, so we must send our kids to school. We make our kids go to school, even though some of us do not believe necessarily in the school system. We mandate our kids to go to school because we subscribe to it, even though your personal feelings may not agree with the school system itself. For this reason, when I talk to people about ministry and I talk to people about joining a church, I don't subscribe or buy into the notion that just because you don't agree or subscribe to certain churches or the way certain people do things, that for this reason is the reason that you don't want to attend church. No. See, church to me is like the kingdom of heaven. It's supposed to be like the kingdom of heaven. Church gives you a choice. The school system doesn't give you a choice. America doesn't give you a choice. From the moment you leave the womb, there are certain things in life that they mandate upon your life that they say you must do or you'll pay a penalty for it. They force you so that you don't have a choice. And when you take away a person's choice, you have taken away their freedom, but you subscribe to that. Church, you have the choice to be around iron, which will sharpen you, to be around leadership, which can help you learn to be a leader, to be around teaching of wise counsel, which is able to impart wisdom upon your life. Wisdom, not knowledge, wisdom. There's not a person that I run into on the daily basis that does not have knowledge. Knowledge of a whole bunch of things that don't mean anything. Everybody has knowledge. In the last days, you can look up or Google anything that you would like to look up or learn about or read about or see on your smartphones or on social media. You can know about all things. But do you have the wisdom to apply said knowledge in the situations? To know how to have the subtlety and the finesse and the grace that it takes to apply what you know in order for those things to help you in life, the things that you say you know. A fool despises wise counsel. I go to ministry. I'm a part of church because I subscribe to that very notion. I know a lot. I'm a very knowledgeable person, but I don't have wisdom at all times. And to have wisdom, then you must hang around wise people. You must put yourself in the counsel of wise people. I can learn from people's failure. You say, how can you learn from their failure? Because in their failure, you learn what not to do. Freedom. A couple years ago, when I wanted to start my own business, I hung around wise counsel and we would go out to lunch. And in my heart, I said to God, I want to be like these men who can take lunch whenever they feel like it. I want to be like these men who can sleep in till 9 o'clock if they so choose to. I want to be like these men who don't let money run them, but they use money as a tool and a means to get to the next level that they want to get to, but money does not run them. I want to be like these people who seem to have it all figured out. Basically, what I was saying is I want to serve the God that they're serving. Because whatever God they're serving, it seems to me that they're able to walk the way they want to walk, talk the way they want to talk. And I want that for my life. And no, God, I don't want to live off their freedom. I want you to give me that same freedom. For a while, it didn't look good. I went to plenty of lunches with these men, broke, saying in my heart, God, one day I want to pay for their lunch. But for the first 6 months to a year, they were always paying for my lunch. And while I felt a sense of misery, a sense of depression, a sense of darkness, there was always the little thought in the back of my mind that you got to stick to it. You got to show God that this is what you want. And there was always this small thought saying, if this is what you really want, then you're going to have to press on. Well, I went through the 6 months and I went through the year of being broke, of not being able to pay for that meal. But at the end of that road, God began to open up doors for me and begin to bless me with the finances to be able to control whether or not I wanted to go eat lunch, to be able to pay for these very same men's meal that I used to sit at the table with and want to pay for their meals. It cost me something to sit at those tables and to think, are they laughing at me? Who am I to sit here? I ain't nobody. It cost me something for that freedom. Many of us are not willing to pay that price. You want to look like you got something and you ain't got it. You're afraid to be embarrassed for a moment so that you can be blessed for a lifetime. The knowledge and the wisdom that I've gained from being able to be free is priceless. I could have never attained some of the things that I have attained in my spirit if I was trapped in somebody's factory. If I had a 9-to-5 where I was working 40 plus hours a week for somebody, slaving Them telling me you have a 10-minute break. Them telling me you can go to the bathroom now. Them telling me your Saturdays are not your Saturdays. You might have to come in and work overtime. I'm not knocking anybody whom this is your path. I'm saying that this is what I desired. That's my freedom. And the truth was, I had to break down barriers to get to my freedom. Have I achieved what I want to achieve yet? No. But I know that it costs something to be free. Are you willing to pay that price?